All right, everybody. Okay. Jeremy, mate, big love and shout out to Jeremy. We are doing a take two of Tea with Z today. Just realized that my audio actually wasn't coming through properly. And the awesome Jeremy just jumped on and gave me this little comment here. Mate, you're not the noob. I'm the noob. Yeah, mate, it was definitely on my end. So thank you so much, Jeremy, for reaching out and saying that as well. He may have actually just tried to give you a call to say what's going on. Can't actually reach you right now, but thank you so much for that, Jeremy. Take two, T with Z today. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody to this episode of T with Z. I'm going to go back and delete those other episodes. So if you are watching a replay of this, you should have audio and it will be the only episode that you see for today. So feel free, drop a comment in the comment section below. Let's get some energy exchange pumping, some likes, some hearts. And once again, thank you, Jeremy, for jumping on and letting me know that the audio wasn't coming through, mate. I really appreciate it. So following on from yesterday's topic. Yesterday, we spoke about the need to take the time out to refuel, to recharge, to re-energize, so that we're not going along our healthpreneurial journey and trying to reach our destination and just constantly depleting our tank. And as a result, needing to pull over, to take time out because we're burnt out or we're broken down. And as a result, really start to get frustrated with the whole journey, with the whole process. And a lot of us just simply give up. We just get over giving, giving, and giving. And as a result of that, what are the implications of that? We get burnt out. We get frustrated. We find less meaning in our purpose. We're unable to help others and fulfill our own needs at the same time. And if you haven't seen that episode yet, go and check that out. It is on yesterday's episode. But today, what we're doing is we're kicking on the conversation about ensuring that, while it's really important that we take the time and to recharge, to re-energize ourselves, and to refuel ourselves along our own healthpreneurial journey, because we're so giving, because we're so altruistic, we want to keep giving. So we need to be refilling our tanks. But it's really important that we're filling it up with the right type of fuel. Now, as we know, we're given a manual, we're given a set of instructions for our cars. We know that little sticker when we open up the little fuel tank, and there's a little sticker there that says what type of fuel that we need to put into our car. And as a result of that, we know exactly what type of fuel our car needs to run. But we're not given that same manual. We're not given those same opportunities to, I guess, understand what the fuel type is best for us, what best fuel type we need. And as a result of that, now just am dropping a little comment in there. Definitely comment below, say hi, get the energy exchange pumping. The audio is working now. But what we're talking about here today is ensuring that we're filling up our car with the right fuel. You know that if you have an unleaded car and you go fill it up with diesel, it's not going to work. And the same goes if you have a diesel car and you fill it up with unleaded, it's not going to work properly. So we want to make sure that we ourselves are filling up and refueling ourselves, our bodies, with the right type of fuel. But because we don't have a manual, well, how do we do that? How do we recognize what the right type of fuel is? Well, we're blessed with decades, with centuries of research and development, understanding our biology, understanding how our body works in order to get the best out of our performance. You may have heard of things like flow states and energetic states and things like that, which all determine our sense of performance, our ability to perform. And the fuel types that we need are based on that. So as a result of all of this research, we can identify the right types of fuel for us. But we're all individual. And I know sometimes with a young daughter, we wish that we had a manual. We wish that maybe there was even a troubleshooting guide to understand maybe some of the challenges and know how to overcome them. But as individuals, and you are an individual, I'm an individual, we're all a little bit different. And the coolest thing that is a process, and this is why I'm talking about this today, is I'm actually undertaking a 30-day challenge with an awesome company. Now, feel free to DM me if you want more information about this. But it's really what they've done is they've identified almost 100,000, well, they've surveyed and got data from almost 100,000 people to identify different biological traits. And as a result of that, help to group certain types of people and understand their biology and what they need. So, for example, I've got a certain biology and I'm known in this platform as a crusader. And as a result of being known as a crusader, there's a certain biological element within that that helps me to understand what best foods to eat, when to exercise, when to train, and when I should be sleeping, even all of these other things. So feel free to DM me. But the point of this is that there's no cookie cutter approach. There's no one size fit all approach. And so it's really important to recognize that you are an individual. You're not like a manufactured car and you can just go and keep pumping unleaded in you. You know that there's different types of cars and they have different performance specifications. You know that there's different gradings of even unleaded petrol. They're not all the same. And like you as an individual, there's different gradings of food. There's different gradings of exercise. There's different gradings of sleep patterns that will help unlock your ultimate performance. So it's really important that we go on this journey to identify this. But even if you're not using these tools and resources that are available, it's really important that we start to identify things ourselves. How do we feel when we wake up? How do we feel when we're going to sleep? Do we review how we've actually slept? How long we've slept for? What was the quality of that sleep? How do we feel after eating maybe something sugary? Do we peak and get a lot of energy and then crash very quickly? Do we get sustained sort of energy? How do we feel when we're hungry? Do we get hangry? Do we get a little bit angry? Do we find that we're more stressed and unable to deal with stressful situations a lot more readily when we are hungry? Or even when we're more full? Do we find that our brains don't work as much or as effectively and efficiently, our thought processes, when we're full? So you can start identifying this and go along this journey yourself by just asking these questions. What is the right type of fuel for me in this moment? And when I say fuel, it could be food, it could be anything from the 3 pillars of health. It could be food, nutrition, it could be movement, and it could be sleep. So what are those three? What are those 3 fuel types and how are they playing in your world? So that's it from me today. Just food for thought, and we're going to deep dive into this more. But what I wanted to leave you with, if you are really curious about the tools and resources that are available to help identify this for you, feel free to shoot me a DM because I'm actually on this journey myself and it is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And so feel free to, but what was actually the most incredible is actually help to validate a lot of the answers to these questions as well. So I've been asking these questions for some time, and what it did, it was actually go, well, yeah, most of what you had analyzed and identified was actually correct. A few little tweaks here and there, of course, but a lot of it was already analyzed and identified. And so it all starts by asking the questions, because remember, the better the question, the better the answer. So at this point in time, what is the right type of fuel that you need right now? And keep on asking that question. Is it sleep? Is it movement? Is it nutrition? So that's it from me today. Have an absolutely incredible day. And once again, thank you, Jeremy, for shooting me a message saying the audio isn't working. That's it from me. Have an incredible day. So stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to catching up with you on another episode of Tea with Z tomorrow. Have an awesome day, and bye for now.